Investing in the stock market has taught me quite a number of things, and one of the things that I learned is that when you are investing or call yourself an investor, you are of course investing in the long term, and in your journey investing for the long term on the stocks, on the ETFs that you pick, there are some hurdles that you will find along the way, right? I mean, we've seen this happening back in 2020 because of the pandemic. Most of the stocks fell down locally and internationally. I mean, we saw of course stocks like Sasol falling to 25 rands per share. We saw of course stocks like in the traveling and leisure industry, City Lodge, Sun International, all plummeting or dropping, which is something that was not good to see because of the time we were in. But with that, there are stocks that did not even take time to recover from the huge drops we saw during that time. And some of those stocks are the stocks that I want to talk to you about, because for those stocks, whether the economy is doing bad or not, they continue flourishing. These are stocks in the retail segment. Ladies and gents, one of the things that you have to remember, whether there was a pandemic or not, people still needed to eat, people still needed to buy food, which is why stocks like those one never suffered that much. I mean, these kind of stocks, ladies and gents, I've realized that it's a must-have in one's portfolio, because, ladies and gents, these are their stocks that can easily weather the storm, whether the economy is doing bad, whether there is another pandemic that is to come. At the end of the day, people will still need to eat. These companies will still continue generating money, whether the economy is doing good or not, whether there is the pandemic or not. They will continue, or us people will still need to go there, to ShopRite to buy food, to Pick and Pay to buy food, to go to Walmart to buy food internationally, which is something that I wonder, and I thought to myself that, ladies and gents, these are stocks that one needs to have in their portfolio. I mean, locally you will know that if we are to talk about a giant retailer, or the number one giant retailer, ShopRite. I mean, ShopRite's total revenue for 2023 came at around 214 billion rands, which was 106 billion rands more than the kind of revenues that Pick and Pay generated for the same period. This is something that shows you of how a big giant ShopRite has become, because the kind of revenues that they are generating, it's almost twice as much as what Pick and Pay is generating. So Pick and Pay need to have a turnaround strategy, and yeah, we just hope the new team that they are of course employing, or they have employed in January, ladies and gents, they change this around for Pick and Pay, and we see Pick and Pay once again doing really well in terms of revenues and profitability. It does not count for anything if you are a big giant retailer and they are not profitable. Investors want businesses that are profitable. Investors want to invest in businesses that are showing growth, and of which, for now, when you talk of retailers, ShopRite remains to be that, of course, a company that is doing well in this retailer or retailing space. Now, in this industry, ladies and gents, has taught me that it's a must-have in your portfolio, because, like I said, regardless of what is happening in the country, in the world, these companies always flourish. Now, you will know that ShopRite, it is, as it stands, the biggest retailer in Africa, or one of the biggest retailers rather in South Africa, or listed in the Johannesburg Stock Exchange, which is something that is pretty exciting. I mean, you will know by now that the ShopRite CEO has indicated that these giant retail, ladies and gents, they generate about 10 billion rands each and every 15 days, which is something that is pretty exciting. This, ladies and gents, to be able to generate this kind of revenues every 15 days just has to show you of how big this giant retailer is, ShopRite. Now, you will know that when we go to Pick and Pay, have a look at their kind of revenues or kind of earnings they are generating. 2023, Pick and Pay generated total revenues of around 108 billion rands, which, of course, you will notice, one of the things you will notice is that this revenue is less than that ShopRite is generating, or that generated on an annual basis, because ShopRite generated 214, whereas this one reported 108 billion rands. And now with Pick and Pay, you'll know that Pick and Pay, ladies and gents, their shares or stock price has been tumbling, or they has been dropping because of the loss they reported during their earnings. This is something that has not been good for Pick and Pay, ladies and gents. I mean, yeah, man, they really need a turnaround strategy, of which we've been seeing Pick and Pay employing top management or new management, which is something that we hope it introduces or it makes things to look better for the company. The reason why I'm saying these are the two companies that I want to add to my portfolio is because, like I'm telling you, I realize that as an investor, you need to have these kind of companies in your portfolio because they don't really depend much on what the economy is doing, because at the end of the day people need to eat, at the end of the day people need to buy cosmetics, people need, ladies and gents, to use these products on a day-to-day, which is why companies like this, I don't think they will ever die. They will always be there because they are very necessary to a day-to-day consumer like you and me. So it is for that reason that I'll be adding both these companies in my portfolio. And yeah, man, but obviously the one that I'm going to prioritize is, of course, ShopRite, because ShopRite, ladies and gents, I mean, I just told you now that CEO indicated that every 15 days they are generating 10 billion rands worth of revenue, and over and above that, ShopRite, in terms of growth, when you look into the store growth or when you look into the kind of stores they have deployed from 2014 to 2023, it's 2014 they had just over 1,500 stores, and at the end of 2023 they already had over 3.5 stores, which is something that shows you that in terms of stores deployment, ShopRite has deployed, or they have increased their stores by 100% from the period or from 2014. Whereas, ladies and gents, Pick and Pay on the other hand, they had around, or in 2014 had around just over 1,100 stores, and of course at the end of 2023 they had just over 2,200 stores, which these, ladies and gents, I think Pick and Pay should have been more aggressive. Yes, I know that it's almost, or it's also 100% increase, but they should have been aggressive more, trying to catch up to this rich tail giant ShopRite, because, ladies and gents, I believe that if they really want to compete, they need to do whatever it takes to obviously do well and try to get to a place where ShopRite, ladies and gents, is at. So ShopRite, it is my top pick in this industry. I mean, earnings for the past 5 years of ShopRite have grown by around 12%, and they are still expected to continue growing around the same rate, which therefore the same revenues, or the 213 billion revenues that ShopRite generated last year for the year 2023, we are expecting to see that revenue, or ShopRite is expecting to see, or expected to see that revenue continue growing by 12%, which is something that is pretty exciting. Something that, of course, if the revenue is growing like that, of course the share price of this company will continue also growing. I mean, if you are to look at the PS ratio for ShopRite, ladies and gents, it's below 1, meaning that ShopRite, the kind of revenues that they are generating, surpasses the kind of market cap that they currently have right now in the market, which makes me to want to invest into ShopRite, ladies and gents, to want to invest into this company, because, ladies and gents, I think there is a bright future here. Yeah. Otherwise, ShopRite, ladies and gents, it is that company that I'll be scooping more shares in, because I believe that this is a company that is it is doing quite well. I believe that the future is looking bright. I mean, if we just calculated the PS ratio with, or you can safely say that based on the PS ratio metrics, ShopRite is currently undervalued, because I mean, if you are having a company generating the kind of revenues that ShopRite is generating in a year are more than its market cap, that should definitely tell you something as an investor, to say that this is a very good stock locally in the JSE, one of the biggest retailer, or it is the top retailer, and I think it is a must own. Though of course I'm not saying go ahead and do that, because this is not professional financial advice, right? But I'm saying do your own due diligence, go and have a look into ShopRite. And yes, Pick and Pay, yeah, also monitor that one, because if things could turn around for them, then the share price has got a potential to, of course, do really well. I mean, in terms of surging, if it will be sort of like a high risk, high reward, sort of like a stock, because the share price is being hammered pretty bad. The market cap is really, really, really low, and of which, if they had to turn things around and take or make Pick and Pay once again to be at a very good profitable position, then the share price, I have no doubt that they will recover. But as it stands, we need to closely monitor, watch how Pick and Pay is doing. But as for now, ShopRite, it is my stock pick that I definitely think that it will do very well. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought to just give you this quick updates. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that likes button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I wish you nothing but the best in your stock market investing journey. And before you buy any new stock, it is always good that you do your own due diligence, because once again, I will remind you that this content that I produce is not financial advice, but these are just my opinions. So you need to also do your own due diligence. If you seek professional financial advice, go consult the professionals out there. Otherwise, as for me, that's all, and I'll see you in my next video, and God bless you all.